Hey, so what's up, guys? Yesterday we had a perfect day. It was 6-0. I actually shared five of those plays for free. So if you haven't done so, make sure you go to the link in the description and or go to beastsportspicks.com. Once you get there, you go to free. Like I said, I shared five free plays yesterday, and all five of them hit. And we actually had one in the VIP as well, that which hit as well. So it was a perfect day. Here's the full breakdown. I'm actually going to go through the whole slate. The business partner, or actually the person that works with me, he just sent me the file, and I can break down entirely why I'm going with the two teams that I'm going with. I'm going to give you guys two plays right on as live, and I just wanted to kind of quickly go and do a recap. So yesterday I was on the live on TikTok, and then somebody mentioned this player right here, and this was a pretty easy win. He hit it on the third quarter. And then I had the Cavaliers. That was an easy win. Thunder was an easy win. Celtics was an easy win. This one was a little more difficult, but they won. This one, they went all the way down to the wire, and then they won. And then the Magic was an easy one as well. This was just a duplicated. I just put them on two slips. And then we had the NHL, the Lightning. So it was a perfect day, 6-0. If you haven't done so, make sure you like and also subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate that. And yeah, Bob is saying we won big off of your advice. Thank you, man. So I know you've been following for a while. I appreciate you. It was a good day yesterday for sure. And again, it's not going to be always where it's winning all the time. And the losing days do suck, but it's part of this business. It's just sometimes we do all this research. Sometimes we take a long time figuring stuff out, and then all of a sudden it's like it's just shitty day. So we have to take it for what it is. When it's a great day like this, we got to celebrate those wins, and when it's losses, we got to know how to take these losses. So yeah, Perry is saying awesome day. Thank you guys, James. Thank you guys, appreciate it. So again, I already did this research. I'm not going to bore you with this. I was on the other live earlier. I've already went through all these players here. These are the trending players on one of my books on FanDuel, and it actually tells you what the yeah, Bully Fashion is saying. There's a lot of comments on here. I'm not going to screenshot it and show you, but basically there's comments on here that are saying that these we had a great day. So I appreciate you guys. Um, Anyways, James Harden, Kate Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, and Joe Kick. So all these are trending players on FanDuel. And basically, when I see that, or there's other stuff that they show as well, like some tennis players, some soccer players, some soccer teams, things like that. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that once I see these players, I want to go and look at them and why they're trending. So I'm going to share with you guys what I'm going with. The first one, let me just explain. I'll actually break down the slate right here, so you guys can see. I'm not going to go through the entire slate. I'll just tell you a few of them. So this is the type of breakdown that we give to our members that sign up for. If you go to the link in the description, go all the way to the bottom, and you go to True Edge Pro right here. And also, we're starting to put a lot more stuff inside the Discord as well. But this is the type of information that we share inside of there, and plus other stuff too. But you can see it gives you the whole breakdown. I can't share this on the other channel. They'll flag me immediately for stuff like this. But look how powerful this shit is right here. It's telling you literally the full breakdown. It's telling you the records. It's telling you the line moves. It's telling you the head-to-head trends, the projected score, the injuries. It's telling you the analysis, everything, and that's for every game. So I'm going to actually be doing this for every sport. I just haven't got that far yet. I've only focused on the NBA for a long time and the NFL. So once I start going into the other sports, it's going to look just like this. So that's what I'm working on. But anyways, I was saying this on the other live, is that the Nets were at 3.5 last night. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. So let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. So anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that the Nets were at a 3.5 and they went down to a 2.5. What that means is that it's shifting in the wrong direction, especially because the Nets have 90% of the money. I don't think the Wizards are going to cover, to be honest. I mean, they might know something I don't know, especially being at home. But you can see it's going towards the Wizards, and the Wizards are the underdogs. So basically, again, what's happening is that the line started at a 3.5 as favorites. Now they're going the other way. Baseball's on right around the corner. Yeah, I actually like Kansas City today against Oakland A's. It's spring training, I think it is. I got to go make sure on that. I did see Kansas City versus Oakland A's today. So I got to go check that out. But anyways, let me get back to this. So basically, like I said, I liked the Nets at the 3.5 because they're rested and the Wizards are not. However, the Wizards are at home. And when there's a line shift that's happening going the opposite direction, especially saying that there's 90% of the money is coming in on the Nets, that's not a good sign. That means that the sharp money's all over the Wizards. And maybe because the line is so close that's why it's doing that. I don't know. Either way, what I'm going with, for just so you guys know, what I'm going with is the first one is the Nets. I went with the -2.5, but if you're going to see this today, you might want to go with the money line. And you can see the Nets record is 21-35 overall. They do cover spreads right here. And then you got the Wizards are just straight garbage. They're the worst team in the NBA. You can see they do cover spreads 50-50. But their record is just horrible. You can see all these data. I'm not going to get into every single data point here, but you can see the Nets are actually very decent, especially recently. Beast, do you have any particular teams that you root for? Not really. I mean, I used to all the Chicago teams I love, but I don't really care anymore. It's just like even I've bet against the Bulls all the time. And I've bet against the reason I started winning so much in baseball was going against the White Sox, going against the Bears, and going against the Bulls, actually. So those are my favorite teams, but I go against them all the time. All right, so I root for the ones that I'm going with. So, for example, I like the Nets today. I'm going to be rooting for the Nets. I hope that makes sense. So, anyways, you can see the projected score is 109 to 104. And make sure you subscribe to this channel. There's a lot of injuries here. Also, the Wizards are on a back-to-back. And I really think the Nets have a chance here. They've been beating. Not only have they been covering spreads, but they've been beating good teams as well. So again, this is exactly what I just said. Despite the money coming in on the Nets, the line has moved in the favor of the Wizards. That means that there's a potential for sharp money coming in on the Wizards. That's not a good thing. So okay, Connecticut in the house. Chicago for sure, man. Sometimes you got to go against these sorry ass teams, regardless if you love them or not. That's why they call this betting with your head, not your heart. And it is what it is, man. Actually, the way I started winning a lot was when I noticed. I've already explained this in other videos. I'm not going to get into it too crazy here, but basically, when I saw that the White Sox lost 126 games or 123 games, they were the worst team last year in the history of baseball. So I started saying, like, why don't I just fucking go against these worst teams? And that's what I started doing, and I've been winning. I go against the worst teams, and Wizards is a perfect example of that. Look at their record; they're 9-47. They've only won 9 games. Think about that. They've lost 47 games. They've only won 9, and we've been crushing them. Like we've been slamming them. The other team we were slamming was the Nets, actually, but they actually started getting better recently. You can see they've been covering spreads. They've been winning games. So, anyways, that's something that I started doing called fading the horrible teams or fading horrible dogs. The Clippers and the Pistons, I actually loved the Pistons last night, but not so much today. And the reason is you can see the Clippers were -1. Now they're -2.5. That means that the money's coming in. Even though the money's coming in on the Pistons, the line is shifting towards the Clippers. And the reason that I noticed that was happening is because of these injuries. You can see Powell and Leonard, they're now more than likely going to play. So that's not a good sign for what I was looking at. I was looking at the Pistons. It's very rare that I actually cash out, but I actually pulled my money out. I had the Pistons and I cashed out. And the reason that is, again, is because of the injuries. What happened here? I don't know what happened. So sorry about that. It broke up there. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. All right. Anyways, let me keep going. I messed up the layout. Sorry, guys. That's the price I got to pay for going live. But fading Purdue in the rest of the season. Yeah, that's the way to go, man. I've been doing the same thing with different sports. I've been hitting with when I was doing NHL, I was winning with NHL, baseball. I've gone across different sports, college basketball, college football, and basically you're just looking at the horrible teams, and you kind of start your research there. Once you look at a horrible team, then you start looking for a decent team going against that team. And somebody calls that chalking. I don't care what it is. If it's winning, it's winning. Somebody was on the live earlier saying, "Oh, all you do is chalk." I don't give a shit if it's winning. Anyway, I did like the Pistons, but I stayed away. Let me just kind of give you this dramatic movement from the Clippers. Actually, the Pistons were favored last night, so this line is actually wrong. The Pistons were actually favored, so it went from a Pistons favorite to, I don't know. This is wrong. This information here is wrong. But what I'm trying to say again is the line shifted the wrong way. The Bulls and the 76ers, I'm staying away from this game. They're both on a decline. You can see they're both on a horrible decline. So, I mean, obviously one of these teams got to win, but there's nothing that tells me what's going to happen there. There's no clear indication on what's happening. So now for the Nuggets, I actually love this team. They started at a 3.5, and now it's at a 5. So actually this morning when I woke up, this was at a 4. Now it's at a 5. And what that means is that it's pushing, the money is getting pushed. All these bets right here that are coming in, it's actually pushing the line from a -3.5. It's pushing it to a -5 and so on. So it's going away. What this means is that it's going away from the 0. It favors the Nuggets. It's because they're favored. So I hope that makes sense. Anyways, you can see their record is decent. The only thing I don't like about this game is that the Pacers are a lot better at home. But you can see over here, the Pacers are 4-6 covering spreads. The Nuggets are 6-4, and so on. There's a lot of stuff here. It's going to be the projected is very close. You might want to go with the money line if you don't believe in the Nuggets. But I believe in the Nuggets, and I've been burned before. But I'll chalk my money to the bank. Yeah. Pistons held it together yesterday. Yeah, man, that was close at the end. They came all the way back. I turned it off once there was like 3 points left. I was exhausted, but they came back. There was like 3 minutes left. I'm like, damn, they might fuck up this game, and they didn't. So, anyways, you can see the Nuggets again, despite the players. So if you're not risk tolerant, you might want to go with the money line on the Nuggets. I'm going to go with the -3.5. 72% of the money's coming on the Nuggets. Both teams have a strong over the season. Like I said, the Pacers are a lot better at home, so that's something to consider as well. The Heat and the Hawks, there's no clear indication on what to go with here. I'm just staying away. But again, I'm gonna say something very important. If you guys see what I'm reading, that's basically right here, the True Edge Pro. That's our proprietary software that we created. And it just pulls data from a lot of different sources and a lot of different scrapers that we've paid programmers to build. And once it's in this format, we kind of just send it out to the people that pay for that. So if you guys are interested in that, to get all this data just like this every day, it's right there in the link in the bio. All right, I'm gonna skip over that game. I do like the Thunder, but the line is too high. In my opinion, it's way too high. And the only thing I can think about that the reason it's so high is that because of the injuries. So you come over here, and it's a Rudy Gobert. So let's take a look right here. He's out. So you can see they have a crap load of injuries right here. Even Julius Randle's out. Pretty much everybody's out except for Anthony Edwards. So I was looking at Anthony Edwards actually as a prop because of this reason too. So I do, just so you guys know, I do like Anthony Edwards on the points, and I like Shea Alexander. I bought it back like, I think this dude I paid for like 20 points. This dude I got for like 25. I haven't even put it in there, but I'm going to do that right after this. Anyways, I like Oklahoma, but I don't like them to cover that huge spread. And again, they both played last night, so that doesn't change much because they're both tired, and it doesn't change much as far as like that they're tired or not. Plus, these guys are covering spreads right here. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm not going to touch this. The other way you could do this is I'm going to actually do this now. I'm going to go into my phone. I'm going to click on Sports Alerts. It's an app on your phone. It's called Sports Alerts. And I'm going to go into OKC Thunder right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Set Alert. And I want to say when the game starts, at the end of the quarter, and the start of the quarter. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. But that's all I do. I click on those three things on the OKC Thunder game, and then I don't have to worry about it. Then later when the game starts, I'll get an alert, and it tells me the game started. And then after every quarter, it tells me the score. And when I do that, what I'm looking for personally is that the Thunder, I'm going to get great value on them. So sometimes what happens is that obviously, basketball or any sport, the team will be down. They'll be down by like 10 points, and you'll get great value. Like you'll get the line maybe at a 4.5 or even money line. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. I would appreciate that. So what I'm looking for again is just the OKC Thunder live, because there's nothing else that stands out to me as far as like putting OKC Thunder. What I might do actually is maybe the money line right here with Shea Alexander for 25, something like that. But like I said, the best option for me today would wait for these guys to go live, and hopefully these guys go down like 10 points, and then I'll be able to get great value. I hope that makes sense. I'll keep going. So let me just share some stuff with you guys now. I know I've been talking for a little while. So I'll just start sharing what I'm going to go with. Again, I'm going to go with the Nuggets 3.5. I went with the Nets money line. I like Miles Bridges under 24.5. I'm going to delete this, and then these trending players right here. I don't know how I'm not going to try to do this live, because then it just takes too much time to try to figure all that out live. But basically, I'm going to see what the best odds are. So, for example, if this odd is minus 1,000, obviously I'm not going to touch that. So again, I'm not going to try to figure that out live, but I'm going to get the best odds I can with pairing three of these guys together. If I can do these two together and then these two together, that'd be great. But if I can't get great odds, I'm going to just pick the best two that I feel are the best two, and then I'll put these together as a 2-man or a 3-man. More than likely, it's going to be a 2-man. I'll just pick out the favorite, whatever my favorite is at the time. And then this one, actually, this is the one I was saying that this is my favorite one for the day. So thank you guys for coming here. This one I didn't share on the other channel. So this is actually for my business partner, and to be honest, I have not looked at it. But when he puts up props, they're very solid. He does his research very specifically. And let me just show you. I swear to you, I have not even looked at this, but I guarantee you it's going to be a good one. So let me just bring it up, and I'll do this live. If I might fall on my face here. I don't know, but check this out. I'm going to pull it into right here. Check that out. So the PRAs, you can see it's 16.5. He's hit this line 80% of the time, and he doesn't only hit it. He goes way over. Even the last game, he hit 28. The game before that, he hit 32. So you can see over here, 32, 24, 22, 20. He barely hit over here, but 19, 24, 28. And I guarantee you the projections and all that stuff is very solid. So this is actually a VIP play that he shared. So just to let you guys know that I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you, following me and all that stuff. I'm giving you that to you guys here, just like I promised. So anyway, so what I might do also, so I think that's about it. So what I was thinking of doing is maybe doing like Nuggets. What you could do too is if you're less risk tolerant, you might do like Nuggets plus 3.5, and then the OKC money line or something like that. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not forcing nothing. We had a great day yesterday, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna force anything. This is what I'm going with right here. If something else pops up, if my business partner throws something else out there, then that's great. If not, I'm happy to go with this right here, what I'm showing. So that's about it, guys. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's about it. That was the last game right there. Pacers. You got the Utah Jazz and the Trailblazers. I'm not touching that game. It's toxic. There's nothing that shows any which way. The Kings are supposed to win this. So these guys are actually very heavily favored. I don't think they're going to cover that spread. It's like a -9. You can see it went to a -10.5. Only 50% of the money's coming in. So the money is going towards the Kings, but I don't trust them enough. They have sorry ass defense. So because they have that sorry ass defense, I don't trust them at all. Even though they score a lot, they have Levine over there. They have Sabonis. They have what's his name, DeRozan. So they have a very powerful offense, but their defense is just trash. So once again, guys, I like the Nets. I will tell you with the Nets, you got to be careful because the line is shifting the wrong way, and they're very heavily favored. I'm sorry, very heavily bet on. So it might just be easy to just say, hey, Wizards are going to win this. But anyway, Pistons, I cashed out because of the injuries coming back. I'm staying away from this Bulls 76ers because the 76ers are better at home. They're both on a 6-day losing streak or 6-game losing streak. There's nothing there. I like the Nuggets. The only thing I don't like is that these guys are at home. So there's a little bit questionable things. That's why I'm just kind of staying away also, because there's some things that stand out and then they go the other way. So there's no clear indications to me today, and I don't like when I see that. Normally it's a day to just kind of chill. So when I see stuff like that, I hope that's making sense. Let's see. Betting against the worst teams is my favorite bet. Yeah, for sure, man. Let me see if I can pull up. So I could just tell you, man, I'm going to give you guys the breakdown on how we do this just so you can see. And then that'll be the last thing I show you guys for today. But let me just show you. Basically, this thing called Outlier. It's the link in the bio all the way at the bottom. It says Outlier. So what we do here, it's a paid service, but then we go into each game. And we used to do this stuff manually, just like you're seeing me do right now. And then you can see down here it says Insights. And it tells you that for every player, for every game. And then you do this is for the spread, and then you do this for the over-unders as well. So you can see the over-unders is give you insights right here. So just so you guys know, I paid a programmer, and what the programmer does is that he goes and it's literally a program that goes up. It opens up Outlier, it logs in, it clicks on this, it clicks on this, and then it saves this to a spreadsheet. And then the next thing, it goes over to the over-unders, and then it grabs this, and then it pulls it into a spreadsheet. That's all it does, literally. And it just goes down every sport. And you can see it has every sport right here. So it goes through the NBA, baseball, college basketball, soccer, and NHL. Obviously, baseball's not there yet. Actually, I did say Kansas City was there. Is that for tomorrow? Let me see when they're playing. March. Okay, so it must be spring training still. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, we do invest a lot of time and money into this stuff. It's not just me just talking just to talk. We actually, showing, like I showed you yesterday. Sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's not so good, but overall, we put in the work. Jordan Poole for 15, yeah, that should be solid. Subak is very bad at home though. Sack is very. You talking about Sacramento? Somebody's saying Sack is very bad at home. All right, guys. So hope you guys got value out of this. Yesterday was a 6-0 day. I'll delete this now. And then this is what I'm going with. Nuggets, 3.5. Nets, money line. Miles Bridges, under 24.5. And then Zachary Reisinger, over 16.5 PRAs. And then I'm going to figure out which two or three I can put together here and go from there. I do like Poole for 15. He usually pretty solid, especially if they're, the money's coming in. It's going to be a very close game from what I can tell. And that goes to show you. And normally they don't set him out anyway. So he might be very solid for 15 for Poole. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that's here. I appreciate the support so far. We hit over we're about to hit 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe. I was looking at my analytics for YouTube Studio, and it says that 57% of the people that watch the videos are not subscribed. So make sure you click on subscribe, and also click the little notification bell. That'll tell you when I'm posting these plays. And that's about it. Thanks. Have a good day. Appreciate it.